Students have been having a lot of issues with adding and subtracting integers. So this video is going to make it real simple. And please, parents, try to pay attention to this and let them practice a lot, because adding and subtracting integers is a serious concept in math. So let's get an example. Let's try to add -3 plus -5. So we can see that the signs of the numbers are the same. So we have the sign are the same. So we have a -3 and a -5. So the numbers, this is the numbers, and these are the signs. So the key concept here is when the signs are the same, we keep the sign and we add the numbers. So remember, the sign are the same. So what do? We keep the sign. The sign that we have is a negative sign. And we add the numbers. Remember, the numbers are 5 and 3. So that will become 5 plus 3 is 8. We keep that sign, is -8. Let's try one more. -7 plus -2. The signs are the same. The signs are the same, so we keep one of them. And then we add the numbers, 7 plus 4. 7 plus 2, that's 9. It's the same thing like when you're adding 1 plus 2. Remember, there's a positive sign if there's no sign. So this is +1, and that's +2. We keep the sign, which was a positive number, and then we add the numbers. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So that's the reason we get 1 plus 2 equals 3. We see the students are quick with answering this question. If they see 1 plus 4, they're going to tell you it's 5. But if you tell them -1 plus -4, they're going to be confused. Because the rule is you're keeping the sign and you're adding the numbers. So that will be -5. Okay, let's try one more. Let's try another keyword when we're using different signs. Let's go. Let's try to use different signs. So when the signs are different, like -3 plus 1, okay? So we can tell that the sign is negative, while the sign for 1 is a +1. So they are different. So the signs are different. And we have the numbers. The numbers is 1 and 3. So the rule is when the signs are different, you keep the sign of the larger number So which number is larger here? 3 is larger. We're just talking about the number, not with the sign. Definitely -3 is less than 1, but now we're talking about numbers, just the numbers. So what's the sign of that larger number? The sign of the larger number is a negative, it's a negative sign. So we're keeping, that's the one we're keeping. And then we add, when we keep the sign of the larger number, the next step, what do we do with the numbers? We'll subtract. We find the difference of the numbers. So the numbers that we have was 3 and we have 1. So we're going to find the difference. That will be what? 2. So our answer will be -2. Let's try one more. If we have 6 minus 7, you see, students normally get confused because how they're gonna be like, how can you subtract 6 from 7 and 7 from 6, which is okay. So in math, remember we said if there's no sign, it means it's a positive sign. And it's the same as we adding a -7. So that's the same, because plus times a negative will give you a negative sign. So we didn't really change anything. So it's just like a positive sign plus times a negative sign will give you a negative. We really didn't change anything. So don't get confused here. So this is what we do. So these are different signs. So the sign is here is a negative sign, while the sign here is a positive sign. They're different. And the numbers are 6 and 7. So what was the rule for different signs? We keep the sign of the larger number. Which number is larger? 7 is larger. The sign for 7 is negative sign. Make sure we have the same color. And now we're dealing with the numbers. What's the difference between 7 and 6? So we'll take 7 minus 6, which is 1. So the answer is -1. Okay, so we're going to try 2 different problems of different signs and same sign. Let's go. Let's clear this out. So let's do -10 minus 12. Remember, we can also write this as -11 plus -12. It's the same thing. So this is the same as this. And let's try -4 plus -9. Okay, so this is the same sign. So these both have the same sign. They both have same sign. So what's the rule of the same sign? Keep and add. So we're keeping the sign and add the numbers. So we're going to keep the sign, which is negative, and we're going to add 11 plus 12, which is 23. Same thing. What do we do? When it's same, we keep and add. So we're going to keep the sign and we're going to add 4 plus 9. And that's 13. So the answer is -13. Okay, so let's try different signs. So with different signs, we keep the higher number and then we'll subtract. I'm just going to make that very short. You keep the sign of the larger number and you subtract. So we have, let's have 3 plus -9. So which number is larger? We're talking about a number. 9 is larger than 3. What's the sign of 9? A negative sign. We'll subtract the numbers. 9 minus 3 is 6. One more. 16 minus 20. Remember, this is the same as positive 16 plus negative 20. It's the same thing. Okay, so the signs are different. Which number is larger? Let's say we have 16, we have 20. 20 is larger. What's the sign of 20? Negative sign. What do we do with the numbers? 20 minus 16, which is 4. So the answer is negative 4. Let's try it again so you can get used to it. Let's do this, and let's try to give me the answers very quick. Let's say negative 4 plus negative 3. Signs are same. We add numbers. Negative 6 plus 3. Signs are different. 6 is larger. We keep the sign. We find the difference, negative 3. Oh, sometimes you can see negative 6 minus negative 3. Remember, every time you see a negative sign and a minus sign, it becomes a positive sign. So this becomes negative 6 plus 3. The signs are different. Keep the sign of the larger number. Find the difference between the numbers. So parents, students, recommend you keep your students active with this. There are tons of worksheets. We have some in the website. Go there. They should be practicing. Practice makes perfect. They should reach in the point where they can just tell you the answers for this very quick, because this is challenging. It hurts a lot if you just ignore this. Thank you. Share, like a video.